Welcome back to another episode of Spirit of the North. We are here to talk basketball, all things dad life, all things adult male life, entertainment. We're here to talk about it all. So, welcome back to another episode. My name is Casey Bluford. I'm one of your hosts, joined by Mr. Derek Murray, Mr. Emil Jones King. Fellas, how we doing today? D, how you doing, man? How was wait, have we talked since Thanksgiving or no? I can't bring no, we
Uh,
talked we talked briefly since Thanksgiving, but
yeah,
anywho, how was Thanksgiving? How's family? How's everybody doing?
man, everybody's good. Preparing for the next holiday, right? Like it's like one right after the other when it gets to November. So we're just preparing for that, trying to make sure we don't go broke, but everything's good. How's everybody else?
We're- I'm good, bro. I'm good. We got Emil here today. Emil, it's not month end, so Emil gets to join the
I'm back.
pod.
Yeah,
Uh, End of the month it'd be grind mode for Emil. So
most
he's
definitely.
Emil Jones Kunta. Emil Jones Kunta.
My name's Tobin.
Emil Jones. Emil, what's up, bro? How we doing?
I'm blessed, man. Doing well, man. My holiday was good too. Actually went back to Sacramento to the Nutty to see my mom and
Hey,
my family. So it was good, man. So
uh, that's good, man. I'm excited to talk some hoop. We are on the cusp of the Emirates Cup tournament. I know there hasn't been too much enlightenment around that this season, but we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Atlanta Hawks today, who's been on a little splurge. The Dallas Mavericks, who are looking pretty good lately. But we got to start here. We got to start with the LA Lakers. So, Los
No,
Angeles
you don't.
Lakers. Los Angeles Lakers have fallen to 10th place in the West. They have lost three in a row. They are 3-7 in their last 10 games with a record of 12-11, coming off a blowout loss to the Miami Heat, and Tyler Hero out here looking like a young Rex Chapman, uh, scorching.
Yeah,
Uh, Lakers blown out by 41. JJ taking blame. Braun taking up for JJ. It's clear to see they didn't mind the game, right? That's their podcast. You mind the game. They didn't mind the game. So let's start off here with the Lakers. Derek, as our Lakers aficionado, I got to give you the floor first. What's going
yeah,
on with your Lakers, dude?
man. No blame on JJ. Can't really blame him because he's not on the floor. He's not the one out there not giving effort, not playing cohesively, not playing defense. You know who that is, though? That's one LeBron James. That's who it is. That's right. LeBron James. I mean, there's a master cut somewhere on YouTube. You guys can go find it. I'm not going to do your work for you of him just not playing defense out there. And if that's your GOAT, right? If that's the person that is supposed to be your centerpiece, I don't give a damn that he's 40 years old. People on the team still look to him as the guy. And if you're the guy is not giving effort, is taking plays off, is taking games off, then that's going to reverberate through the locker room. And that's what we're seeing here. Because, let's be honest, for as positive as the start was for the season, they didn't really play too many difficult teams. They didn't play too many teams over 500. Yeah, I know they won. They beat, Phoenix. There were a couple big wins early on in the season. But once we settled in and the dust cleared and we started to see the cream rise to the top, the Lakers just haven't fared well. And it's continuing to snowball. Now Bron is looking his age. AD seems to be dealing with some injuries. AR is dealing with some injuries. Gabe Vincent can't hit the broadside of a barn. I don't know what the bench you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what we have coming off the bench. But this team just really isn't good. So, Laker fans can save the hate on JJ Redick and just accept the fact that until we get out of the LeBron James era, this is what it's going to be year in and year out. And that's where I'm at.
Emil, do you want to give any take on the Lakers?
man, I really don't, man. Derek said it all. But what I will say, one take that I did notice, I agree with Derek. Like LeBron is starting to look his age right now. Like I was watching like him in warm-ups, and like his elevation doesn't look the same. He kind of looks like he's not into it or engaged with the team. Like, I feel like he got Bronny there, and he's good now. So I really don't see him. At the beginning of the season, I was like, even during the Olympics, I'm like, oh, LeBron might do a couple of years. Like he might retire soon, man. I don't know when his last season is, but it's gonna be soon.
All right, D. So I got to pull you back up to the stage. So,
Okay.
question for you: Was it okay? So we had Frank Vogel, right? We had Darvin Ham. We had JJ Redick. So, is it a coaching issue first and foremost? Let's start there.
If we want to backtrack, one, I felt like personally we did Vogel wrong. Now that being said, we saw Vogel get another opportunity with another, championship contender with the Phoenix Suns, and he's out of there too. So I can only shoot him so much bail, but I personally, to answer your question, don't necessarily blame the coaching. Although Darvin Ham, the memes, the jokes write themselves.
Okay, so part two.
Sorry, Case. I was just gonna say I personally feel like it's a front office ownership situation. I mean, we haven't been successful. I mean, why did they trade the team that won the championship in the bubble? I still don't understand that.
Right.
So this is my question for you. Right. And this is what this is what I was going to ask you. There's been 3 consistent people since this whole when LeBron come over 2019, 2020, pretty much. There's been 3 consistents: LeBron James, Rob Pelinka, Anthony Davis. So I feel like no matter what the roster looks like, what the team construct looks like, it comes down to one of those 3. So of those 3, who would you say is who's the problem, and what do you do about it? Is it LeBron James? Do you trade Bron?
Case.
Do you become are you the team that trades Bron?
Case.
What's up?
You know who it is, and I want everybody to stop acting like it's not the case, man.
Is it the king?
Do you think Rob Pelinka is making moves without consulting with Rich Paul and LeBron James first? Like, do you guys honestly feel like they would make a single move without Rich Paul or LeBron James co-signing it first?
No, I agree.
So what do you do?
Lay GM.
You can't do anything. This is what I was saying, and this is why
it sucks.
See, Laker fans have to be, and most Laker fans are on the same page with me, but the casual, delusional Laker fans have to understand why people were feeling the way that I was feeling when we got LeBron James in the first place. This is what comes with him. Yeah. Like, this isn't me just being a Kobe stan and, hating on the fact that I don't want somebody to be better than, I don't want somebody's legacy to be better than Kobe. This is me watching LeBron James do this to Cleveland the first time, do this to Miami, do this to Cleveland the second time, and now he's doing it to us. He drains your resources. He takes over the front office. He makes it so that
he'll get you one. He'll get you one.
He might get you one. He might get you one.
But there's a lot that comes with
it. His decision making for the duration of his tenure there, and in my opinion, the juice ain't worth the squeeze, man. I was cool with Lonzo and Brandon Ingram and Julius Randle and Josh Hart.
Yeah,
and you know what I'm saying? Like, I was cool with that.
They were solid. Young
but we got rid of all those guys.
Hey, what's the Magic Johnson meme? I ain't gonna be. Magic wasn't cool with it, bro.
So now Magic we got Bronny taking up a roster spot, right? No offense to JJ, but we brought JJ in at the behest of Bron. We brought Russell Westbrook in at the behest of Bron after the bubble chip, right? Trading away some of our assets, some of our most valued assets. Now, I'm seeing rumors that we're trying to get Kyle Kuzma back. We traded him for Russell Westbrook. So it's just like, man, until Bron goes, and I'll stop talking, but until Bron goes, this is how it's going to be for the Lakers, man. It's not going to get better.
I concur.
All right. That being said, we have to move on to another topic. Actually, before we do that, I just want to share the Lakers' upcoming schedule. So they play tonight. They play at home against Portland. Then they got a nice little break. They don't play again until Friday. So that's a nice time to have another, a team meeting, maybe kind of get some alignment. You go play at Minnesota on Friday, then you play Sunday, then you don't play again until Thursday. So they got a nice little stretch of some days off. Maybe we'll
Is
see
this
some
for
better.
the cup?
Yeah, I think the schedule is spread out a little bit more to allow the cup games to kind of get thrown in there a little bit. So nonetheless, the next 2 weeks they got some rest time kind of caked up in there. So we'll see if we see some better basketball from Lakers. Let's move over to the Denver Nuggets. So what we are going to talk about the Denver Nuggets right now are sitting at 11-10. They lost 2 in a row. They are 4-6 in the last 10 games. Jokic, I see a big old smile. Jokic is having a historic season again, but we're gonna play some blame game. We're gonna do the blame pie for the Denver Nuggets. So, Emil, we'll start with you. Denver Nuggets, they are 9th right now in the West. Who's to blame and what percentage? And at some point, I will do the blame pie as well. All right. I see Derek looking at me like, are you gonna do the pie too? Are you gonna have a slice? Like I'm gonna do like Martin in life, bro. I'm going to get up in there. All right, Emil. Denver Nuggets. Who's the blame the most? 100% pie. What slices? I'm sorry. How much is getting? How big of a slice is XYZ person, coach, staff, whatever getting?
Well, Jokic is doing his thing. I feel like he's by himself, so he's set to the side. Overall, like the supporting cast is not strong as it used to be, so I would give it 60.
Okay.
40% wise, like I would say the coaching, just getting the team together to really play. Like they're not playing the same caliber of championship basketball. So I'll give 40 to the coach and 60 to the supporting cast. I don't even see any highlights with Jamal Murray anymore. I don't know where he's been. I don't know where he's been at all. So Jokic is carrying on too much of the load, and it's like 5 against 1. When they play. So it's 60% the supporting cast. And the bulk of that 60, I'm gonna give like 45 to Jamal Murray because there's no 1-2 punch anymore with Jokic, and the rest is coaching.
Let's. I mean, I'm sure y'all saw it Jokic's last game, 56, 16, and 8.
That's
Bro, I don't
Jokic is
even know if you could do
crying
that on
for help.
2K.
you
I don't even know if you
can't.
could do that on 2K. Like
I tried
56, 16, and 8.
He's doing everything.
He's
doing
crying
everything.
for help.
Oh snap! All right, Derek. I know. I gotta hear it. Do you want me to go first, or you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, all right,
And I'll
go
let
ahead.
you finish it off. I'm gonna keep
Go
it
ahead.
simple. I'm
All
gonna keep
right,
it simple because I'm gonna let you, eat that pie live.
Yeah, I got to.
I
got to.
But I'm gonna give. I'll say 40% because Emil hit the nail on the head there. The roster is cheeks, right? Like you're wasting Jokic's prime.
Yes.
On this roster, especially after 2 years removed from a championship. You know what I'm saying? Where you guys should have repeated last year. And you lost. Who did they get rid of last year? You got rid of
Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown. Where is Bruce Brown?
I think he's in Toronto now, or is it Indiana? One of those.
Where is Bruce Brown? I don't know.
He was on Indiana. I think they traded him, so he might be. I think he might be in Toronto.
Yeah, I think he's the North. He's in the North.
Yeah,
Bruce
they
Brown
removed. They lightweight. Control alt deleted him out the league, right? but he was a valuable piece to that championship roster. They got rid of him, and then last year they struggled, obviously because they didn't have him and players like him, and then they got rid of KCP. So I'm gonna have to apply 40% of the blame to the GM Calvin Booth for not bringing in pieces to substitute for the valuable chip pieces that you traded away or let walk. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at. I'm gonna apply my blame to Calvin Booth in case I'll let you take it from there.
All right, I'm gonna rock real quick. So I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna take 10% of the blame on me. I'm gonna blame this on me. I'm gonna pull a JJ Redick. It starts with me. Okay, so not 10% on me for setting the expectation that I thought they were a championship caliber team. Another 20% I'm going to give to Calvin Booth as well, because this team is the construction of this team is not looking good. I'm looking at the advanced stats from the last game when they played the Washington Wizards. There's a player, Julian Strawther. Who the hell is that? And he played 32 minutes.
Wow.
Jalen Pickett, Hunter Tyson.
Who is these people?
DeAndre Jordan got 10 minutes in the game. So this game was no Michael Porter. I'm sorry, no Jamal Murray, no Aaron Gordon. Christian Braun starting, Michael Porter Jr. starting, Peyton Watson starting, Jokic and Westbrook.
And Michael Porter Jr. is looking decent too. That's the cold part.
So I got 70% left. I got to give 20% to Mike Malone because you are the coach, right? Like this is what you do. You get this. You get the glory when you win. You got to get the blame when y'all lose. Right. And then the other 50%'s got to go to Jamal Murray. Like it's got to go to Jamal Murray. Yeah. Like I feel like he has not been the same since Kendrick dropped "They Not Like Us." I don't know if he took it personal as well as Drake took it personal.
Yes.
But coming after getting locked up by Anthony Edwards in the postseason, after being not even second tier, he was ass on the Canadian national team. You got Shea trying to get help. You got RJ Barrett
Dylan
looking
Brooks
at you sideways.
Better than Jamal.
Dylan Brooks is getting more ticked than you.
Yeah, he is.
And then so I'm thinking, okay, either he's injured or he's got, he's comes back into the season. He's out of shape. No injury that I know of. And he's just looking horrible right now.
Yeah.
I know he's trying to play his way into shape, which that in itself is asinine, especially since he just signed a contract extension this offseason as well. I think Denver is on the brink of being in salary cap purgatory hell with this contract with Jamal Murray. If he looks the way that he continues to look right now, they are wasting away Jokic's prime, right? He might have another maybe 2-3 years at this peak level, but every season that goes away, like you're wasting the opportunity to win a championship. And I'm just like your parents tell you, I'm highly disappointed in this team right now.
I'm disappointed.
I'm highly disappointed in the Denver Nuggets right now because they should at the least be in a top 6-ish, right? Where we agree they should at least be right in the top 6, right?
Man, honestly, with the best player in the NBA, they need to be in the top 3.
They should.
You know what I mean?
No, reality, they should. I mean, but we can say that about the Milwaukee Bucks too, because Giannis is killing right now, and they're fighting for 8th, right? So okay, it's early in the season, but they should at least they shouldn't be in that lower threshold for the Western Conference. So I'm sure we're going to talk some more about the Denver Nuggets. Right now, I'm disappointed, and they're making me look like a damn fool right now, given that Julian Strawther and Jalen Pickett and Hunter Tyson are getting 15-20 minutes a night. I have no clue who these players are.
That's ridiculous.
Case. One thing I do want to bring up too for the pod, for the viewers of the pod, we were having conversations 2 seasons ago, about whether or not Jamal Murray is underrated or whether or not he needs to be in the top 10, top 15 guards.
Yeah.
Where's he at today?
Oof. Yeah, he's no DMP. He's not even in the conversation right now.
Reserve.
But for those that don't, I mean, obviously you guys, nobody wasn't there, but yeah, I mean, we were going back and forth via text. Was he a top 5 point guard?
Yeah.
Was he a top 5 guard in the NBA?
Yeah.
Right? Was he the most clutch?
Right.
I think we had a Kyrie and Jamal conversation, a back and forth on that, right? So yeah, I mean, at that time, I stood, maybe 8 toes down on that one. I was on my Dion. I was on my prime, my 8 toes down. Right, but shout out Colorado since we talk about the Nuggets. But at this moment, man, I can't. there's no argument to be had. Like Jamal, he's not even looking like an all-star right now, which is
He's not.
unfortunate.
$36 million this year. And I personally, I don't think Jamal Murray will ever be an all-star.
Yeah, no, because his best chance was coming off of the title run was that 2 years ago or last year?
Yeah.
That was like his best chance, right? You win the title, you're clutch in the playoffs, like you come into the season, you have a little bit of momentum. That's your chance to make it to the All-Stars. So moving on. We briefly have to hit on the Atlanta Hawks. So I wanted to hit on the Hawks real quick because last time, D, we were talking about, I think we were talking about the Lakers. And we talked about
it was them versus Cavs.
The Cavs. And we talked about the Cavs, and the Cavs were balling, and the Hawks beat the Cavs. And you're like, it is the Hawks, though. It is the Hawks. I was like, well, they beat them 2 times in a row. You're like, bro, it's the Hawks. So I was like, all right, cool. We got to talk about these Hawks, bro. They done won 6 in a row, 7 of the last 10. They are 13-11 right now. Hawks looking pretty good. I guess the big question is, are the Hawks really a threat? Yes. Or they're just a fun topic to talk about right now. Emil, what you think?
I mean, the East is weak anyway, but I am a fan of Ice Trae. I know we go back and forth about him, but he's been balling lately. But like as far as like a playoff push, like not really. We got the Celtics there and things like that. We got the Cavs 21-3. I think that they can like kind of try to play spoiler alert, like first round, like against someone, things like that. Not a threat for the championship, but like be careful because they can snipe you. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what Ice Trae does in the playoffs sometimes. So, but they're not like a huge threat. They'll play spoiler.
So Derek, my question for you: if you're the GM and the owner of the Hawks, are you moving forward with this regime? Like, do you feel optimistic about your future, or is this a facade, so to speak?
You want to know my thoughts? Lightweight Hawk Tua. yeah. No, to answer your question, bro, I'm not rocking with the squad, bro. I'm not rocking with Trae Young is averaging 21.2 points per game. Come on, man. Nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. You got to trade Trae Young. You've got to get him up out of there. He's making too much money for y'all to be this trash, right?
This is a good time to sell.
Yeah, and then from there, you just rock with the young Bulls. I would keep DeAndre Hunter, Dyson Daniels, and Zachary, Ricochet, and everybody else could go, honestly, and just restart. And the coach I couldn't remember a couple of pods ago, Quinn Snyder, with those stupid glasses that he's wearing. Get that guy out of there too. He's not doing anything either. Okay, Didn't they just get rid of a black coach 2 seasons ago for him?
Yep.
I don't.
They got rid of my man. What's his name? He used to coach Portland.
Nate McMillan.
Nate McMillan. They ousted Nate McMillan. They scapegoated him to get Quinn Snyder, and Hawks been trash ever since, man. Get these guys out of here. They're having like their regular annual spurt, and then they're going to be trash come the end of the season. So I'm not fooled by this.
You ain't feeling the Hawks.
Hawk Tua.
Hawk Tua. All right, let's move on real quick. Let's talk about the Emirates Cup. So the NBA Cup, we have. Let me share my screen real quick. We're just gonna make some quick predictions here.
Okay.
Let's see here. Let's talk about the Cup. Where we at? All right, everybody see it?
Yep.
In the West, we got the Thunder and the Mavs. And then we have the Rockets and the Warriors. Warriors just beat the Rockets the other night. We have in the Eastern Conference, we have the Bucks and the Magic. Unfortunately, the Magic's just lost Franz for. I think he's out. I think he's out indefinitely, right? With was it oblique? I forgot what it was with Franz, but I know he's out indefinitely.
I'm looking it up right now.
And then you got the Knicks and the Hawks. So, Emil, you're up first. Western Conference. Who you got coming out of the West out of the 4 teams?
The 4 teams. We have the Thunder, the Mavericks, the Rockets, the Warriors. I'm gonna rock with the Thunder coming out.
Okay. Thunder coming out. What about the East? Who you got coming out the East?
We got the Bucks, Magic, Knicks, and I'm sorry, my cell phone is small. Is that who's that at the bottom? Knicks against
The
who?
Hawks. Yeah, Knicks and
Hawks.
Hawks. Knicks against the Hawks. Yep, Knicks Hawks.
I'm gonna lie. I think the Knicks are gonna come out.
Okay,
Cat,
so you think that
Cat looking different, but Bodega Cat, he looking like a little rough out there with the Knicks. So I think Knicks coming out.
Okay, and then you got Knicks and Thunder in the finals. Who you got?
Thunder.
Thunder. Okay. All right, Derek. What about you?
First, I want to confirm it was a torn oblique, and I'm pretty sure that Paolo also had an oblique.
He had that
injury,
too. Yeah.
or an abdomen injury.
Yeah, Paolo had that too.
Hey, something in the water in Orlando.
The core. They gotta get the core. They gotta get their
Gator
core
water,
tight out
what they
there.
drinking over there? Gator
They gotta
water.
get the core tight, bro.
But to answer your question, I think I'm gonna go with the Rockets. Just to mix it up. I'm gonna take the Rockets.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Thunder. So Rockets versus Thunder, and then I'm gonna go with I'll say the Bucks. Hey, look, they're playing for their basketball lives here. So
yeah,
I'm gonna say the Bucks, and I'm gonna say New York, and then from there I'll say Houston and the Bucks meeting in the finals.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
My bad, Case. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry, who you got to win? Who you got winning? My bad.
To win it, I'll say I'll give it to the Bucks. They need a win, right?
They do.
So I'll give it to them.
Yeah, I think the Thunder are out to prove that they are legit. I'm going Thunder and Bucks in the finals. I'm going both the 1 seeds. I got the Thunder winning the cup, and then I got the Thunder having a really, really good chance of winning the title. So I feel like that could be a statement that they're trying to make this year. So I think it's gonna be interesting. We'll see. I think that Rockets Warriors game, there's gonna be a lot of talking in that one. That's gonna be a fun, exciting game to watch.
For sure. The villain.
And then if we do get a Bucks and Knicks game, that's gonna be a good one too to watch.
Yeah. Facts.
That's gonna be a good one to watch. All right, so let's take a look at a couple things real quick. Let's break down some footage real quick. All right, so we are going to start off. We are going to start off with, first and foremost, my favorite player in all of college basketball right now, Miss Juju Watkins.
Juju
just dropped.
He has made sure to make this year after the.
Juju just dropped a 40-piece last night. So my question for you guys, with 3 years, including this year, left of eligibility, will Juju ever be bigger than Caitlin Clark in college?
Transfers who were so good with.
Oops, sorry guys.
Man, she got
Juju
3
ever be
more
bigger
years left.
She's only a sophomore.
Oh yeah, she was a freshman last year.
Yep, she's only a sophomore. Will she ever be bigger than Caitlin Clark in college? And to me, is she the type to change the game of basketball at the next level as well? Quick thoughts on Juju.
I think she could be nicer than Caitlin Clark on a pro level. But I think she's going to galvanize the fan base like Caitlin Clark? No, because she's not white.
I know that. I was going to say, we know why.
You know why.
Yeah. Email with thoughts on Juju?
Yeah, I agree. I think that Juju, definitely how she balls, she's going to influence more of the culture, more like the play. Because a lot of young kids, they come up with different type of talent. I think a lot of kids are going to follow the way she plays because she plays on both ends of the floor. But when it comes to marketability, we already know why she won't blow up like that. But I think she'll influence the culture, kind of like AI. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. Speaking of AI, let's talk about this right here. This gentleman.
Yeah, this is cold right here.
Mm-hmm.
That was cold. Not even gonna lie.
Did he not just say he didn't want to dunk anymore? I could have swore he just said he didn't want to dunk anymore.
We all know that was cap, though.
That was cap. He needs to learn how to land better, that's all.
I believe that when he puts the gun down, right?
Put the gun down, son. Put the gun down, son.
That was nasty.
You live.
Live by the day.
All right, let's talk about a little hidden beef here. We got Giannis Antetokounmpo and Jaylen Brown.
Oh,
this is the second time they've kind of gone at it.
Yeah.
So we remember the fake handshake. earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Now they beefing again some more. Is this a potential
I like
Eastern
it.
Conference Finals matchup?
I like it. I like it. I like it.
I like the scrappiness.
Giannis
Hey,
got
he crossed
crossed.
Giannis
He
too. I ain't
crossed
even
it.
gonna front.
He crossed him.
Finish with the left. You know he don't
Oh,
finish
and
with
then
the left.
he did it too small right in front of Giannis though. You know
And
what I mean?
didn't
Like
Giannis
I didn't.
elbow him too? Didn't
that
I
Giannis
was
didn't
kind of
see
turn
that.
around and elbow him too?
Did he do it too small?
yeah, he does it too small right there. And
Okay.
Giannis gives him one of these on somebody.
Okay.
All right now.
Okay. I didn't see that the first time. Okay, I like it. Is Giannis is Giannis and Jaylen Brown? Is this going to be a thing, or are we just talking about it because it's just something right now?
Hey, look, for the sake of Adam Silver and the NBA, this has to be a playoff matchup. This has to be a playoff matchup.
No, you're right. It has to be.
I was gonna say the Western
They-
Conference Finals, but I think New York might be a little more lit than Milwaukee.
You got to bring New York in there. You got to bring Giannis is a child. I'm just focused on helping my team get a win. I like this. I like the smoke right now. All right, next up, we got to hit on this one. We got to talk about this a little bit. This is Derek's favorite player, Cade Cunningham with the dunk.
Get Cade out of Detroit ASAP.
Cade is a beast. Free KD. Well, we just hit on Cade last episode.
Bruh,
is this what you like to see?
Bruh, get this 1960s takeoff from the one hand. Get this out of here, man. I'm not rocking with this, man. Get this out of here.
He did the Brent Berry special.
Start getting some victories, and I'll start paying attention, man. These guys are 10
he is a better
right
Kyle
now.
Anderson for sure.
These guys are 10 and 15 right now, man. Wake me up when they start winning.
All right, hold on. We got to hit on this one. Let me see if I can find this. This is pretty nasty. We got KD with the
Hezzy. Ooh. Yeah, that was cold.
7 feet. 7 feet.
So who's more of an alien? Is it KD? Is it Wemby? Like, was KD the original alien? Was he the original alien? Yeah.
KD is so fluid. He's so fluid.
That is so nasty.
He's so fluid.
To the cross.
He's so fluid.
All right, and then last one we got to hit on. We got to hit on the main event himself, Mr. Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag is starting to kind of come into his own a little bit more now.
He's gonna save the NBA like Caitlin did the WNBA.
Yeah,
and I said that right as the Glizzies were hitting
the overplay with the quick
in that person's face.
All right, so Cooper Flag the other night with 22 and 11, I believe. Is he starting to live up to the hype? Is he? Is look at this? This is nasty though.
Is he better than Ace Bailey, man? That's the real question.
This is tough though. This is tough.
Ooh, yeah, that was cold.
That's tough. That's tough to do.
He's so NBA ready, man. He's so NBA ready. Like,
is he the hype? Is he worth the hype?
I would take him.
I believe he is.
For sure. At some point, we'll dig into a little bit more as far as NBA comp, what to expect from Flag.
Look at him.
He moves it back.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, he's NBA ready, bro.
Yeah,
Flag
is ready.
Playing D1, cats were saying that his high school abilities wouldn't translate. Right? They were saying he ain't playing against comp.
Yeah,
he's playing D1 and he's looking very solid.
Yeah, he on Duke, balling.
And he played against the he was on the select team. And they were saying, hey, this kid's for real. This kid's a real deal. And this was coming from Bron. This was coming from AD, D-Book.
Yeah.
So,
he's real. He's real.
Who's a bigger expert?
And one thing we always got to remember, too, is like dudes usually, if you're decent in college, you're usually pretty good in the league. If you're good in college, you're usually great in the league, right? For the most part, the floor is spread out. Like the defense is a little bit different. You can't just sag in the key. So I expect big things from him at Duke, but I definitely think he's going to be a factor depending on where he gets drafted in the league.
For sure.
All right, real quick, before we talk about our MVP ladder. We're going to hit on a couple quick things. I need to know if this is something or this is nothing. All right. So Dallas Mavericks, I believe, have moved up to second in the West. They won 7 in a row. They are 16-8, 9-1 in their last 10 games. So let's look at some of these wins from the Dallas Mavericks. So they have beaten, let's see. Pull up their schedule real fast. Oh man. Hold on 1 second. All right. The last couple games, they beat up on the Toronto Raptors, Washington Wizards, Memphis Grizzlies, Portland Trailblazers, Utah Jazz. They beat the Knicks. They beat the Hawks. They beat the Heat. No, they lost to the Heat. All right. What we talking about here? Are the Mavs really booming, or are they playing at the record? Like what they doing right now? Are they playing YMCA teams right now, right? Like that's what y'all tell me. But I mean, they won, 9 out of 10. So I guess I got to put on for the city. All right, real quick, something, nothing. Derek, thoughts on the Dallas Mavericks?
The mark of a true championship-worthy team is a team that beats the teams that they should beat, right?
Yep. Okay, touche.
That's what we're seeing there. And who's the best player on this team?
Is it Luka or is it Kai?
I know.
Who's the best player on this team?
Is he? He's not an MVP candidate though, is he yet? Is he in MVP conversations?
We haven't gotten to that point yet. We haven't gotten to that point yet. Luka's averaging 28.7 points a game, 8.3 rebounds, 8.8 assists. I mean,
we're kind of.
I'll take it. I'll take it from my star.
I was gonna say it sucks because we're so numb to it. We're so numb to it now.
We're so used to it.
We shouldn't be because those numbers are ridiculous.
He's balling.
All right, so something or nothing.
I had him picked as MVP. I'll leave it at that.
You did.
Emails it. Is Dallas Mavericks surge something or nothing?
There's something. There's something.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have Jonathan Kuminga had a 34-point game the other night as the Warriors beat the Rockets without Steph, without Draymond. Kuminga has been the talks of trades for the Warriors for the last couple of years. Now is a good time to potentially sell high. There's talks that the Warriors want to go out and try to get another star. Is this something or nothing of the Warriors, Kuminga? What do you think, Derek?
Yeah, I think it's something. I think the Warriors absolutely need to make a move, especially with Melton out. Right? Melton's done, right?
For the year.
He's up for the year.
So
wow.
I think you need to maximize, kind of going back to that the Denver conversation, that Milwaukee conversation. You need to maximize a player like Steph, who's on the tail end of his prime. You can't waste time holding on to your pieces. Kuminga is definitely a value piece that you get something back for. So I think it's something. I think Kuminga knows it too. That's why he's cooking right now.
Okay. Emil, thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I agree. Something like Kuminga's been on the trade talks for a while. He's hooping, so he's a good asset to use because, you need somebody with Steph. Dre is he's just an inspirational leader on the floor. He be putting up goose eggs on the floor. So, you need somebody with Steph while he's still here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and to be fair, Steph's numbers haven't been exactly where they typically are.
That's true.
Right, you need a second star. You need a second scorer to really complement him, take off some of that workload. Because the man is 36 right now, right? So
it ain't Kuminga. It's not Kuminga.
Kuminga, the flow, the synergy, it's just not there. Like just watching the games, Kuminga he'll get a bucket, but it's just they're always just difficult buckets.
It's not fluid.
It just doesn't seem fluid. So
yeah.
Next up we have the Minnesota Timberwolves, who I feel like are turning the corner. They've been locking teams down. So the last 4 games, they've held their opponents to 92, 80, 80, 90. And we're talking about the Clippers, the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Warriors. Do you believe in the change in the Minnesota Timberwolves? Can they be a top defense like they were a year ago? Something or nothing, Derek?
I'm gonna say nothing, man. I'm gonna say nothing. Listen, I definitely appreciate their wing defense with Anthony Edwards and McDaniels. you know, and then also you got to give credit to Gobert, 3-time defensive player of the year. Like, they better play some doggone defense, right?
Right.
Right. But in my opinion, I mean, they beat, you know, the Lakers, the Clippers twice, Golden State, you know, Phoenix. I want to say KD wasn't playing during that time. I'm not crazy impressed, honestly, with what I've seen from Minnesota. So I don't think it's anything.
Emil, thoughts?
I think it could be something, man. Like, you know, especially this time of age of all that offense, to commit to defense. You know, we know defense wins championships. I'm not saying they will, but I'm saying, like, it's something if you like really dig into defense and you got your offensive threats. So it could be something.
Okay. I'm rocking with it. I think they got a little momentum coming right now. All right. So before we move on to the final block of the day, I do want to talk MVP. So we are about the quarter-way mark of the season. I just want to get your guys' thoughts, or your top 5 MVP candidates thus far of the season. So, what's up, Drew Bluey? My son walking in the door. So I'll go ahead and kick things off. I would say my MVP, if the season ended right now, the way things are, which is my pick, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander would be my number 1. I think he's definitely he's playing MVP basketball, whether he wins it or not. We'll see. My number 2 would be Derek's guy, Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is playing solid basketball. The biggest games of the year, he's shown up thus far. Right, we'll see what happens as the season goes. Usually Tatum is good for an early start, so we'll see how that continues to go. My number 3 at this point would be, I'd probably go. I gotta go Donovan Mitchell. Right, they still have the top seed in the Eastern Conference, regardless of how I feel about them in the big picture. They still got a top seed, so I got to put some respect on them. My number 4 would be Luka Doncic. I think Luka is going to continue to work his way up in that conversation. I think as long as they continue to be a top 3-ish team in the Western Conference, he continues to put up the points that he's accustomed to making. I mean, putting up at this point, like, he's going to be in those conversations. And my number 5 at this time, I got to put the Jokic. Right, it's just still just stupid what he's doing right now. It's ridiculous, and we do expect, or at least I expect, this team to improve in the rankings. Now, how high can they go? I guess we'll see. But regardless, he's still got to be in my top 5. So, curious to kind of get your thought. Derek, we go first. Who's your top 5 MVP candidates?
I think I pretty much agree with that. I might, there might be some shuffling around there, just because, in my opinion, I think it's so early in the season. I would have Jokic higher, just based on the fact that he's putting up ridiculous numbers. I would probably have him in the top 3.
Yeah.
But for the most part, yeah, for the most part, though, I think I agree with all the names on the list.
Yeah. Emil, any thoughts on MVPs?
Honestly, you're spot on as well. Those were my 5 as well. Even with Jokic in there, so a little shuffling, but yeah, I agree. Like, you're spot on. So,
all right, I'm glad we are in union at this time. I thought I was going to get some heat for the Luka at 4. So
yeah.
No, but right now, I think with the way Dallas is playing, like, he's got to be up there. Like, we can't treat him the same way we treated LeBron all those years and just take advantage of 28, 8, and 8. Like, what Luka's doing is ridiculous, right? What Jokic is doing is ridiculous. Like, we gotta put those into proper perspective. All right, so what I want to do is I want to finish the episode. I want to do a couple analogies, so to speak. So I'm going to name some current hip hop artists. And I would love to get your thoughts on who is that in the NBA. Okay, so we could talk. It could be from the swag, from the hits, from their body of work, so to speak. Who's their common, I guess, analogy in the NBA. All right, so Emil, I'm going to come to you first. All right, we are going to say who's the Nas of the NBA?
Hmm.
So while he thinks, Derek, I'm gonna come to
Yeah.
you, and then what do you guys
Yeah.
can both go?
Yeah.
So Derek, for you, I'm gonna say, who is the future of the NBA? So whoever can think of theirs first, go ahead and go. So Derek, you got future. Emil, you got Nas. Or if you can think about the other person's first, you can swap it. However, just curious to kind of get your thoughts.
I would say future would probably be KD, maybe.
Interesting. Okay.
Because we all acknowledge that Future is a GOAT, right? Like he's a GOAT.
Yeah.
We all know that, but we're not putting Future in the same conversation that we're putting Hove or even
That's
like
true.
Drake or Kendrick.
Drake
right?
and Kid. Yeah, that's true.
So I would say with KD, we all acknowledge that he's a GOAT, right?
That's true.
He's absolutely one of the top 75 greatest players of all time. And we can quibble over whether or not he's in the top 15 or not, right? But that being said, he's not LeBron, he's not Steph, he's not Kobe, he's not MJ.
That's true.
But he's influential. He's influential over the league, right?
That's a good one.
That's where I would put him.
Oh,
Email.
I got for Nas. I'm thinking like a decent length of career that has some accolades, but still is overshadowed. I would say Bron is Jay-Z. I would say Kyrie is Nas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like he's got his titles. He's got his hard hitters. He's carried. He's carried for some years with some good bangers like the albums Nas has. But it's like you expect that. Like we look at Kyrie, we know he's nice. We expect that, but like he's overshadowed.
Okay. That's a good one. All right, Derek, I'm coming to you. Who's the J. Cole of the NBA? And then Emil, for you, I'm gonna come to say who's the Draymond Green? I'm sorry, who's the Who would Draymond Green be like in the hip hop industry? So I'm gonna flip it.
I would say sorry, you go ahead.
Now I was just laughing. I think Draymond could be like 50. Like straight bully.
He got rings too. He got rings, yeah. 50
Draymond got what, 4 rings? Like Draymond got rings, like
50 got diamond albums and stuff. Or at least gold,
And 50, get rest or die trying, and then he's physically a bully, like taking Ja Rule out the game, and I think Draymond is like a, you know what I'm saying, like a NBA bully, really.
Okay.
So I think it's 50 Cent.
I like that one. D, who you got?
I think that was great, by the way.
That's a really good one. I didn't think about that. That's a good one.
I would say Jason Tatum is J. Cole.
I don't want no smoke.
You got edge, you know what I mean? Relatively boring, you know what I mean? Like thinks he's Drake, right?
Yep.
But at the end of the day, nobody really cares like that. It's not that deep. You know what I mean?
That's a good one. Here we go. I like that a lot.
All right. Emil. Who do I have? Let me see look at my notes real quick. All right, Emil, who is the who would be the Kendrick Lamar of the NBA? And then Derek, for you, I had sorry, let me look at my notes. Yeah, who would be Kendrick Lamar? And then Derek, for you, I had who's the Lil Wayne?
That's a good one. I need some time. I'm trying to think. That's a good one. Who would be K-Dot?
I'm a zag a little bit, and I'm gonna take someone who Emil already mentioned, but I'm gonna paint a different picture with it. I'm gonna say Kyrie is Lil Wayne because everybody acknowledges how influential both are. in the
Mhm.
game, right? In their
Mhm.
respective games. But at the same time, they're still not necessarily acknowledged as like the mainstream GOAT, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
It's
everybody wants
Underground.
to rap like Wheezy.
it's your rapper's favorite rapper. It's your hooper's favorite hooper.
Right. Everybody wants
Great.
to hoop like Kyrie. You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
So
Yeah.
and culturally the impact. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Okay.
think both of them have this like a
Yeah.
similar
I
impact.
can see that.
Whether you like it or hate it. You know what I mean? So
I can see that.
That's a
Yeah.
good
I
one.
like that one.
That's
I like
a good
that one. Email who you got?
I can't really think of an analogy right now. I'll give
Okay.
it to you, Case. I'll give it to you, Case.
No, it's okay. We'll come back to Dot because
All right.
we'll come back. We'll hit Dot on another note.
All right.
Let's finish up with this last one. This is for the collective group. Who is the Joel Embiid of the rap game?
Mm.
Who is the Joel Embiid of the rap game?
Well, wait,
That's-
Meek
you,
Mill.
you got an MVP award. You got one. You got one MVP. So many you had like 1 year to where you was popping.
Oh, wait, Meek
Right?
Mill, man. He had the little dreams and nightmares.
Keep it in
right?
Philly.
Keep it in Philly on.
Keep
He
it
had
in Philly.
He had his verse on Rick Ross, right? On the
Yeah.
I'm a
Rick
boss.
Ross album, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he had the Dreams and Nightmares intro track.
Did he?
Where he got
he
the
had all
MVP, you know.
Then he just became ugly, right? Like he was
then
just
he started dating Nicki
Puff,
Minaj, right?
Puff.
Now he's a laughing stock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh man.
And Drake gave him that first hit. That was that first injury. You know what I'm saying? With Drake.
Yeah.
That was that.
Yeah.
Keep it in
Yeah.
Philly. I agree, bro. That was a good one. I keep it in
That's a good
Philly.
one.
Go with me.
That's a good one. That's one. All right, my boys are saying all right, guys. So here
Drew.
we're gonna wrap up for today. So we got the Emirates Cup this week. Those are the biggest games this week. Hopefully, we'll see, man. Hopefully there is a little bit more excitement. I know we talked about it the last episode. It's just the energy was a little bit off this year. It's not the same as it was this past year. So hopefully we got some good games on Tuesday and Wednesday night. And by the time we talk this time next week, I think we'll know who's in the championship for the cup. So on that note, fellas, another fun episode. Appreciate it. I'll let y'all soon.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.